Hello, today I've decided that I'm going to make a profile picture, so I'm going to do the one generic torso that I can do because I mentioned this in my banner photo or video last week, but I can kind of only do one torso, so I've decided to kind of just do that. So it's not especially interesting, this bit, but it's decent. Basically, I do the shoulder width and the kind of chest area, and then I draw the stomach out and kind of just connect them with lines to kind of add muscle definition. It's generic, like I said, but gets the job done. So right now I'm just kind of trying to get the proportions right. It's a bit difficult, to be honest. Just trying to get it all perfect. So now I've got the torso done, pretty much. Now I'm adding the neck. So at first I wasn't sure what kind of build I was going to give him, so I gave him a bit of a wider neck. That was probably a bit of a bad idea. I don't know why I did that. So now I'm posing out the arms. So I kind of did the first one almost up towards his face to kind of draw your eye in, and then the other one I did in a big sweeping arc, which looks wrong, but later whenever I finished adding details it's going to look better. Now for the legs, I was originally just going to do like a swirling tornado, but then I decided that was kind of weird, so I just added the bottom of the legs because you're not really going to see them anyway because it's a profile picture. So this is the pose pretty much figured out. Now I'm moving on to the arms, and I was going to add like shoulder armor or something, but I just skipped that, and now I'm doing kind of a big swoopy like goop arm. So you can see the general outline of it. Now I went on to the other one, and I couldn't figure out how big I wanted him to be, because I don't want him to be tiny, but then he's not huge either. So I kind of had to get it right in the middle. And I think that arm did end up a bit awkward, but oh well. Now, I hate doing hands, but I think I've figured out a method by watching countless YouTube tutorials. This is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm just going to leave this with you. Alright, that's kind of boring. Okay, so I've decided to do it in kind of a gun position, but then not quite. I think that it's almost like he's got something between his fingers. So like I said, I hate doing hands. This is the first time of me trying to do it like this, which I probably shouldn't be saying. No, this is a method that I've practiced countless times. I'm a very good professional at it. That there ring finger was a nightmare to do. I hated it. But I think that that's pretty much finished for the hand. Yep. Maybe. As you can see, I realised I'm a big dum-dum and I did it the wrong way around. But here's what was between his fingers. energy balls, because he loves his balls. I kind of just did a plasma ball, not plasma, an energy ball, kind of Goku type thing. I guess he can just kind of shoot them like funga guns. There's a lot of awkward silences here. I should maybe come up with a story for the next one, but hey, we're learning as we're going along. Alright, onto the fun bit. Goop. I like drawing Goop a lot. So I kind of did the shirt ripping, and it was at this moment that I realised that I'm not just now realising that my realisation was wrong. So forget that I said anything, I didn't realise anything. My bad, I've got a cold. So if my voice sounds weird, then that's probably why. But I really like doing sticky things, so then you can see just then I did that tiny line connecting the bit that has a gap in it, and that's why I wanted to do the tentacle arm for that one thing, because I thought, hey, if this is my profile picture, I might as well do something that I enjoy doing. So I made it something that I enjoy doing, which is goopy stuff, and also I really like doing things that don't have to match normal proportions, so that was a lot of fun. So anyway, now I got onto the shadows, which if you're using Sketchbook Pro like I use, my tip for doing shadows is go onto another layer and then make it a multiply layer, and then just use the same colour or make it a bit lighter or darker, depending on what feels right. So I've just gone through here and outlined the shaded area that I need shaded. So now I've filled that in, bada bing bada boom. So now I'm just going into the little spaces that maybe aren't so obvious to get shading, but it's the small things that make the piece come together. Now I'm doing a bit of a glow layer, which I tried not to make it blue, but that's just not agreeing with me. So for the lighting, which I've only really done on the goopy bit because that's the most reflective, I'm doing the same thing that I did with the shadows, but this is a glow layer, and other than that it's exactly the same. So now I'm just trying to figure out how to get these all together because I'm a big dum-dum. And that should be pretty good. Alright then, so now we can move on from the arm, which is about time because I don't know why that took so long for me to understand. So I'm just going over the ripping the jacket, which I just think that looks fabulous. Like, have you seen anything more beautiful? Well, I'm kind of making the shirt a bit tight, like, because I've done the work to make the torso that size and shape, so why not just leave everything like that? I spent ages on the torso, so of course I'm going to leave it the way that it is. Do you like the music? I'm guessing that you get a lot of chances to listen to it because there's so many bits where I can't say anything about it because what am I meant to talk about? Oh yes, look, I made a line. You know, I recorded all of this music myself. Anyway, I think that we're getting on to something interesting now. Well, Purple. I'm going to try and give him a logo on the shirt, which Whenever I was making this, I was inspired by diagrams of equilateral triangles. You know how they've got the lines in them to show that all the sides are equal. All of the sides are not equal, and I don't know why I turned it into a porcupine, but this is good enough. This is not fun. It was at this moment that I realised I could have just moved the shirt down. But now the arm is part of the shirt. Yippee! Finding white skin tones is hard because I was trying to make them yellow, but people aren't yellow unless they've got something really wrong with them. If you're yellow, please talk to a doctor because it's just not normal for people to be yellow unless they've got jaundice or from The Simpsons. I didn't just breathe in that sentence. So yeah, if you're yellow, go see a doctor. I don't know why, but that hole in the tentacle just doesn't look right. But it ended up being fine. No, the neck. The neck was definitely something interesting. But let's just skip over that. I gave him generic attractive male R jawline. And I thought, hey, I'm not going to do hair, I'm going to make this guy robot. So I made him robot. So now he's robot. Now I'm trying to figure out how to do faces because I hate faces. Oh my gosh. I say we just remove faces. Like, can you imagine how much easier drawing would be if nobody had faces, hands or feet? Dream come true. And eyes, oh my gosh, don't get me started on eyes. With the nose, I figured out if you do just a curve on one side and then a line on the other, then it looks like a nose. That is the most goofy mouth I have ever seen. Yeah, no, looking back, a lot of stuff in this drawing is really goofy. And that's just hair. Say hello, hair. Now it's got lines. I don't know why it has lines, but it does, so face it. It has lines. What's this lad from Stankenfrein? It's a line. Whatever, doesn't matter. Alright, now I'm doing the beep. That was a random thing for me to say, sorry. What's happening? Okay, so at the minute I'm just trying to make the arm slightly transparent because it's goopy. Goop. Goop. It's fun to say goop. Goop. Well, now I'm making his eyes. Sorry, I lied, we're not doing shadows. He looks kind of evil, I don't know why. I don't like evil people, they're not very nice. They kick people and steal sweeties from babies. You might be wondering, why isn't there shading on the nose? I might put the version with the shaded... In fact, no. Let's just say the version with the shaded nose looked horrible, and I was going to be sick. So we skipped over it. Got it? Good. Now we're doing the shirt. And the pantalones.
Well, now I'm just making it the right colour, which I ended up doing red. I'm just going to skip ahead and I can say thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.